welcome to VEDA day 13, which is, have you visited any other countries? And if so, what's your favourite memory? Well, I guess this question's really aimed at younger Americans, because certainly most Europeans, particularly when they got to my age, have visited other countries, and I have, and I think here they come now. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Yeah, not a bad tally. I'd like to see a few more before I turn up my toes. Anyway, getting on to your favourite memories. Well, I wouldn't exactly call this a favourite memory, but it's rather a funny, but be warned, quite a graphic story about something that happened to me back in the early 80s when I went to Tunisia with my first wife. We'd been there for 2 weeks, and on the last day our flight wasn't until the evening, so the holiday company had arranged for us to vacate our rooms, but between every 4 or 5 couples they allocated a room we could use to change. Anyway, we put our cases in the big reception area, and after dinner we were sitting outside the front of the hotel having a drink, waiting for the coach to pick us up to take us to the airport. And during that day I'd been getting what some might call Bombay bum or Montezuma's revenge, an extremely bad stomach. And a couple of times that day I'd had the 2-minute warning and had to get to a loo quickly. Well, anyway, we're sitting outside, and all of a sudden I got this 2-minute warning. So I said to my wife, "I've got to go." So the nearest toilet was in the reception area, across the reception, and there was a ladies and a gents there. So I go in through the reception and it feels worse, so I start to run. And halfway across the reception, it turned out it wasn't a 2-minute warning, it was more like a 20-second warning, because it happened while I was running across the reception. Gross. Anyway, I got to the gents, opened the door, and it was a very small room. It only had one stool, a urinal and a sink. And there was a young lad, probably about 9 or 10, washing his hands at the sink. As I went in, I went past him and went in the trap, closed the door, and lowered my trousers, etc. And I won't describe the sight. I think you can imagine what it was like. It was like an explosion had happened. Oh no. Anyway, I looked up to the toilet roll holder. No toilet paper. None in there whatsoever. And just at that moment I heard this lad have a little snigger as he opened the door, and he switched the lights off and closed the door behind him. There were no windows, no natural light at all. I was in the pitch black, and that has to be one of my lowest moments, sitting there in the pitch black, not knowing what the hell I was going to do. Anyway, when I thought about it, I thought, well, I'm going to have to go as I am, go to reception, get the key to this room we've been allocated, and get my suitcase and go and get changed. So out I go. When I'd run across reception, it was empty. There was nobody there apart from the receptionist. Of course, when I come out of the toilet, it's full. There's about 6 people waiting, queuing up at the reception. There's other people around. So I joined the back of this queue, and I could see people in front sort of going. Looked innocent. Finally I get to the front, and fortunately I'd remembered the room number, got the key, went over, picked up my case, and off I went. Now this hotel was one of those hotels where all the rooms were set in gardens in 2-storey blocks. So I followed the signs round there, carrying my suitcase. Eventually I come to the room, in I go, close the door, put the suitcase on the bed to open it, and it suddenly dawned on me the suitcase was locked, and my wife had the key in her handbag. So I had to leave the room, go go all the way through the gardens again, back through reception, out to the front. And when I got to her, she looked at me and she said, "You've been a long time." I said, "Can I have the key to the suitcase?" She said, "Why do you want it?" I said, "Just give me the key to the suitcase." Because I wasn't going, with all the people sitting around her, I wasn't going to say, "Well, actually I need it because I've shat myself and I need to get changed." So I got the key, went all the way around and finally got changed. That was my most embarrassing foreign moment, I would say. So thanks for watching and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.